Testing, testing. Oh, there it is. I got caught up doing something. But I'm here now. A little late. But I am here. And we're here to solve the case aboard the Duria or something like that. We're in some sort of Russian ship, and we just found a woman. We just found this young lady here, and we're trying to find out what is within her suitcase. We found out it is her long time friend. First, I want to know what happened last night, because our friend died, and that should take more importance. You know that someone was killed in the cabin next door to this one, right? One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Oh! That's why we're trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual? Perhaps you heard a strange noise. For example, people talking? Oh shit, how do you do a British accent again? Perhaps the ship was absorbed in a wild tempest. Perhaps its steam engine exploded. Perhaps everyone on board would have noticed if that had happened.
Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us?
Niet. I don't know. I'm sorry. But all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Why are you running away? You've run away from your ballet company, haven't you? The Novovich Ballet? Duh. I am traveling to Great Britain. From there, I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. You wish to forget? A challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder. But the tiara is mine! I need to live! I have no money of my own. The Novovich Ballet gives us only little food and water. And we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice if I stayed. It would have killed me.
So you ran away to protect yourself?
The crew of the ship, they have all been so kind to me. They let me come on board, and they said I could hide in the cabin. I always said hide. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates a most intriguing conundrum.
Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruhodo?
Me? Yes, of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation. What conundrum? I'm not sure, but... What is the conundrum? Tell me about the conundrum. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now, that being the case, it must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, the SS Buria, I was close, stopped by no port last night. Oh, that's it, of course. Yeah, we've been out at sea for like 2 weeks. So how is it, pray, that you came to be aboard? I'm guessing that the Russian dude is actually on this ship somewhere. He's gonna hit the alarm that's gonna stop the boat. I can feel it.
Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him about when the occupant of the cabin came aboard.
That is none of your business.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He didn't seem to be hiding. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? This is how the Russian newspapers described one of my performances. And that is how I came here too. I descended from the heavens because I am an angel. Oh, she's delusional. Oh no. Considering English isn't your mother tongue, your description is very vivid.
Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. Seems Miss Pavlova is the same.
A genius descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to detection. Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement. Or the adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, in fact. Yes, Mr. Shoei. Anyway, it doesn't look like Miss Pavlova is going to tell us what really happened. I just pushed her on that, like, what do you mean, descended from the heaven? Cool. Alright, what about the friend? So, the friend you mentioned is inside your traveling case. Is that right?
I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage.
Oh, please, don't tell any of the crew if they found out, my precious. Then the burly Russians would bestir themselves in unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt.
Oh!
So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes.
Well, what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it?
Maybe an adorable little rabbit? Oh. Ah, you credit Russia as a land with small rabbits, do you? Oh, don't they have small rabbits there then? You may as well ask. I have no idea. You two are miserable bunglers when it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerinas, friends. Ballerina friends, but isn't it obvious? It must be a chicken. Too true. Too true, bro. God, he gives such like such strong like connections. Almost visceral that I want to be like with this guy. All this yaoi is really being ruined by the females being here. Get out!
Really?
Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call. Daily fresh eggs. That's true. And when adversity strikes, it could satisfy the needs of sustenance. So you eat your friends? I'll remember that. Can we make nuggets then? According to Sholmes, yes, we can. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is a closely guarded secret, not to be revealed. Oh. She obviously doesn't quite trust us yet. There's something I should like to show her, I think. Why don't we just say, show us who you have or we out you? Start blackmailing. Why are we not blackmailing people? We're already criminals. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the court record and I'm going to... And I am going to present. Okay, so Russian word for wardrobe in purple ink. It would appear to have been written in the victim's final moments. Oh, the speckled band, maybe. Or the photo, maybe? I'm thinking diary. We'll do diary. The photo seems like a good option because there is Russian writing on there we could get her to help us with, but I think we'll do this. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary? Yes, and he wrote in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. Then a few minutes later, 1:35 a.m., what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. Strange, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentioned joins to this cabin. Probably don't get punished. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected. Oh. Cisato. Who's Cisato? The girl.
In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together.
Thank you, Cisato. Oh.
Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps?
No. I don't know anything. Oh. Uh-oh. Hide in the closet. Excuse me, Mr. Roylon. Damn, he's fast. Yes, what? Wow, she's fast. Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I'll come now. We'll give him a deep voice. What? You must leave. Now. Oh, no, it's fine. Don't mind us.
Yes, please don't worry yourself, Mr. Roylott.
Get out! That passenger said out, or do you want me to throw you out? It looks like we'll have to leave investigating this until later. Just breaking through the vent.
What a pity.
Where's my boy toy at? Where's Sholmes? I feel lost without my power top. And so we lost our chance, having still not managed to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. We were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up and thrown into the passageway outside. Oh my gosh, we could have ended the video there yesterday.
I wish we hadn't been thrown out like that.
I wish we'd managed to find some clue as to what the speckled band might be.
We didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine that we won't be able to for a while longer. We'll never get past the sailor guarding the door.
Of his short trim on his shirt. Burly arms. Sorry. I was drooling there for a bit. It's clearly glaring at us to say, don't even think about it. But wait a minute.
What is it?
Well, what happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go?
Oh yes, he completely disappeared.
When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not before ensuring that these were securely back on my wrists. Alright, so it's just giving us a little, information. Go, let's go back to the cabin. Looks like they're still investigating in here.
Yes. On that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed.
What do you mean, unscathed?
Surely you haven't forgotten, have you? Naruhodo? Don't you remember what he said aloud?
Okay, this is just going over the stuff we already know about. Alright, so we gotta find, our boy. Maybe he knows where he is. You! Where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next door cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you permission to this? Well, I mean, Seaman Hosonaga did. Harumph. That knew Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him in cold room. Oh, I just got in trouble. I'm back to guarding the door.
Hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account.
He really has gone out of his way to help us, hasn't he? It's the least he can do! He almost got me thrown in prison, and he failed to stop our friend's assassination. I'll have to take him for a steak at La Carnival.
That could be a very long time from now.
Oh shit, he's right there. I love the idea of having this long ass conversation. Man, I hope he's okay. Do you think we'll ever see him again? And then you turn your next slide to the left. He's alive! And he's been beat to shit. Oh, you're back. Inspector!
What happened to your face? It's...
Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. God, he's so hard. God, someday I want to be as hard as him. Probably a bear, maybe. When I told the captain that I'd given you permission to investigate, he told me he'd pummel me with his fists and then toss me overboard. What? But then the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. Looks like he wasn't joking when he said lay his life on the line if he had to. Oh, that guy was definitely getting a discount at the restaurant.
Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little bit about the neighboring cabin.
Yes, so I understand.
Oh!
I bumped into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Herlock Sholmes. I don't think he was a German, though. That explains it. Shall we compare notes, then? We can tell you what we found. Yes, let's do it. To the cabin next door. What? Nikolina Pavlova? She's in the cabin next door? Did you not know who she is? Please! What self-respecting ballet fan wouldn't know that graceful angel? I'm not a ballet guy, by the way. I tried to... I took Rutha to go see the Nutcracker, which is like, if you're gonna go see a ballet, that is one of the ballets to see. And we just were not impressed with it. Like, honestly, I wanted to walk out after like 2 hours. Keep your voice down. At the end of the play, we both looked at each other after a minute and we're like, nah. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, that tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case, at least. How do you mean? Because angels don't go around committing crimes, do they?
Inspector, has your investigation here proven fruitful?
If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. Our duty is to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police. So I'm just keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job.
Oh, I see.
There is one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. Oh, what?
Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please!
What is the new information you have?
It's this. The Buria's medical officer has finished his exam of the body. I managed to obtain the report.
Oh my gosh, did they do like a biopsy on him? I hope they probably ripped him to shreds trying to figure out how he died. Oh, Cosmo's post-mortem report.
Kazuma.
So,
What was the cause of death?
damage to the cervical vertebrae, as was written in the report.
His neck was broken?
Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. At first, I think they were considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all.
Well, what weapon was used then?
Nothing has been found as yet. The fact that there are no signs of a wound suggests it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark.
Oh, I see.
All the body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. Strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility. No obvious wound would be left.
Or Kazuma.
I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it.
Really? Are you sure?
Yes, it's fine. I trust you. After all, if I didn't trust you, I'd never have agreed to you leaving this cabin in the first place. Would I?
Ah. I got the postmortem report. Examine it. Male, Far East, sometime between 1 a.m. and a little past 2 a.m. Okay. Yeah, so that's around the time that he noticed the bangle. Also says damage to the cervical vertebrae, resulting in instant death. The victim's neck was almost certainly broken as a result of a strong blow to the area. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. Oops, no, go back to talking to him. I'm not done. I didn't mean to... That shouldn't just be a button to leave. There should only be one button to leave, and it shouldn't be two. I accidentally right-clicked. I have a twitchy middle finger.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he?
Yes. He seemed to be enjoying himself a little too much as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored.
Did he say anything at all?
Actually, now that you mention it, yes, just one thing, but he practically shouted it. It's shoe polish, was all he said.
Shoe polish? I wonder what he meant.
It was over there by the piece of broken glass, do you see?
Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark, do you think?
Oh yes, that must be it.
But how can Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish?
That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea.
What is this, Sasato?
Well, Kazuma was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan hue.
Dark tan? Sort of dark brownish red, then?
Yes, a little like the color of red wine, but darker. I often repaired them for him.
So, alright, here's the new theory. Kazuma has a special mission. And he needs a great detective there with him, which is why he's bringing us along. He had to fake his death. So he laid there on the ground and was like, hey, don't forget my friend in the cabin. And if we go to the mortuary, I assume there's not going to be a body in there, or it's going to be some random dead person. Like maybe the revolutionary. Oh, does this mean that this mark was made by the polish on Cosmo's shoes after they scuffed the floor?
That's all I can really tell you at this stage. I should return to my post. My fellow crewmen's eyes are bored into the back of my head.
Yeah, it's probably for the best, thank you.
Poor Inspector, you look exhausted.
Oh, no. Well... I feel terrible that I failed to protect Aogi. It was my responsibility. Of course my pain is nothing compared to yours. You were his friends. The truth is, I seem to have a heavy head ever since I woke this morning.
Me too. It was in the chicken. Because he didn't eat the chicken, he didn't get knocked out. Oh my gosh, it's all coming together. Heavy head. It's interesting. My head's still throbbing too. I think someone wanted to break into his cabin and didn't know that that I would eat his food, so they tried to put him to sleep. Oh yeah. Alright, so where do we go now? We have to examine, right? All we really can do in this situation. Can I look at the scuff marks again? Really such a beautiful color, this glass. It looks like whatever was broken clean in two. The other half is nowhere to be seen. That's the brick-colored mark, which is shoe polish, according to the great detective you seem to know all about.
I suppose it must be from Cosmo's shoes.
Maybe, but what I'd like to know is, how can the detective be so sure it's shoe polish and not something else? He probably licked it. That's what I would do.
Because he's a great detective, of course.
That's hardly a reason, is it? Alright, what are we missing here? Tablecloth.
There's nothing on this table at all.
Thank you, Susato. Well said.
A plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason.
Yeah, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still. No, wait a minute.
What is it?
That's funny, I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after dinner at all.
So, then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Cosmo.
No. Why were both bookshelves knocked over in our room and hers?
They were all over the place when we first looked around, you remember?
Oh yes, and you tidied them up, didn't you?
You have to look after the ship property. Unruly behavior in the cabin leads to damage.
But it really wasn't me who knocked them over.
Well, anyway, I feel much better now that they're neatly lined up. I can't relax when things are untidy.
Look at the dead body again. So it's clear those letters were written in the ink. But somehow spilt on the floor. They spelled the Russian word for wardrobe.
It does seem to be an unambiguous pointer to you, Naruhodo, as you were sleeping in there.
But to be truly unambiguous, it should have just spelt out my name, don't you think?
Well, either way, the one fact remains.
That's true. What if we check underneath the wardrobe?
It's hard to imagine that Cosmo-sama would have written his last words, or word, in Russian.
Which begs the question, who did write it? Okay, so I'm guessing behind the book, the wardrobe is a secret room. That's what I'm guessing.
No, I don't want to. 123, 135. Go to the other side of the room. Other side of the room, please. Other side of the room, please. Other side of the. Thank you. Give me like an 18th. Give me an 18th century like candle or flashlight I can use. This ventilator joins Miss Pavlova's cabin.
Yes, that's right.
Just a few minutes before he died, Cosmo saw something emerging from it. A speckled band, as he described it. Maybe the ship lurched, which moved the books. Oh yeah, what if someone activated the ship's brakes? Aggro's barking at something. You guys hear Aggro barking?
If only Miss Pavlova had been able to shed some light on it. But she seemed baffled as we are.
Okay, I gotta see what he's doing. Okay. I wonder if she's telling us everything.
I'm not so sure.
I know most people aboard would say the same about me, but there's something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. Okay, what's left? Writing's good, the ink, not important. Bookcase is fine. These are the rules of passage aboard the SS Buria. Dangerous objects and pets. Miss Pavlova broke the rules. Called her friend. Friend takes get. Blah, blah, blah. We already know all this. This is just a recap of like in case we took a year-long break, we can come back to the game and re-click on all the information. Okay, can we leave the room, maybe?
Ah! Look, Naruhodo! Seaman Stroganoff has gone!
Strong enough?
The burly Russian sailor who's always crossing his arms and glaring!
All these Russian names are impossible to remember. Let's not be racist, we gotta be better than that. Come on, Ryan.
La la la.
You hear that? It sounded like someone singing. Tra la la la. Oh, hold on. Tra la 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 la, lira lira lay. I did the great detective away. It's Caroline. I know that lark-like voice. Well, never mind that now. This is a golden opportunity for us.
Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get inside Miss Pavlova's cabin while we can investigate.
Definitely before that stringy knot crewman comes back. He's gonna break my neck!
It's Stroganoff, not Stringy Knot.
I'm gonna die. The cat's gone. Oh my gosh. And her clothes are in the wardrobe now. That was empty before. Sazada's... Wait, where'd she go?
Hey, what are you doing? Those are our private things.
It's not a moment to waste, Naruhodo. We must investigate as quickly as we can.
I suppose you're right. For Cosmo's sake.
Not just for Cosmo.
What do you mean?
Can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be in those handcuffs when we get there.
Really?
We must solve this case, Naruhodo. By ourselves if we have to.
Did she, like, get moved by the detective saying he trusted me?
Yes.
Yeah, we will. Alright. First, I want to check what's going on with the briefcase here.
Oh my! The case is opened!
It's completely empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there.
Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret.
Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Bury. I wonder what kind of animals she had. More to the point, where is it now?
Naruhodo, are you there?
Sorry, I'm right here, yes. Why?
Oh, good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I wasn't looking. There's no place like home.
I don't live there! I don't have some strange compulsion to just jump in every wardrobe.
Well, anyway, I'm not so sure anyone could fit inside this one. Full of beautiful outfits, I suppose they're all stage costumes.
I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding there, but no such luck.
I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it's been put there.
What do you think? You think there could be a leak in the roof just above here?
A leak?
Is the ship quite safe?
I'm sure that even if there's a little leak on the roof, it doesn't mean the whole ship's going to sink.
No, you're right. Of course you're right.
She's really trying to persuade herself, isn't she?
I want to check the rubbish bin again.
Suppose every cabin has a waste paper basket.
See what was thrown away.
Naruhodo, it's poor etiquette to go sifting through so much.
I'm going to prison! Help me! Okay, it's the same. Let's go back outside and see if Sholmes is out there. He is here! Is that a gun? Oh, that's right, yeah, he has like a duster.
Oh, it's Mr. Sholmes, look!
Wow, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you?
He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself.
Tra-la-la-la-la, lira-lira-lay, I did the great detective way.
He's still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us?
Or he's simply in extremely high spirits.
Yes, there were times I'm sure you knew when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about.
Excuse me.
I solved it all and I stood tall. I did a great detective way. Oh, hey. Oh, he threw a punch at me.
What is it? You want to fight, Honestly, interrupting a fellow when he's singing. I was just about to reach the climactic finish. Sorry, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time as any. God, he's got the moves. I don't stand a chance. I very nearly dropped you to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Right, I get the picture. Now, can you put those fists away? Those are the karaoke streams, so like they're golden. They were.
Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we interrupted you.
Ah, yes, that. I was immersed in the study of the ship's logs as penned by the stockily built crewman usually on guard here.
Oh yes, the ship's log.
Did you find anything useful from it? This ain't court. Bye. Bye, Gopher! Well, after 2 a.m. this morning, the majority of the entries are blank. Which means that there's nothing to report. Nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted.
Whatever do you mean, Sholmes?
Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It seems the same crewman oft stands sentry in the first-class passageway. He has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, he writes that in every 30 minutes?
Nothing to report.
Precisely. But simply the seaman writes nothing to report when there is just that. And yet, the ship's log from last night is largely blank. He didn't even write nothing to report.
Do you mean?
Yes. There were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from his post.
What kind of circumstance? What happened?
Oh my gosh, he's in love with the ballerina. They're going to abscond. They love each other. That remains a mystery for now. But we can be sure something significant took place. So significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. She's 15. I'm not saying it's the right thing. Also, we don't know how old the sailor is. Could be like JoJo. That dude could be like 12. Ah, you're starting to understand what my way is, I see. What makes Sholmes Sholmes? Brilliant. Oh, ouch. What is there? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason. Nothing more. Me too. We all have throbbing heads, except for the women. Women's heads don't throb. Well, my friends, until the next encounter. He's still singing to himself. I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. Is something wrong, says Otto? You seem lost in thought.
It's just... well, I feel the same.
Sorry?
Ever since I woke this morning, I've had something of a headache.
Oh, okay. Well, now she speaks. Now she speaks up. Okay.
A sort of continuous throbbing.
Oh, you too? Yep. This map is going to be important, and I'm not going to know because I don't read maps. She's upset that I'm calling it our cabin when it's Cosmo's cabin. I stowed away on it. Alright. This door as well. Miss Pavlova's cabin. And there's nothing left to do here. Alright. Let's go back to our cabin, Cosmo's cabin. Can I talk to this man? No. Can I talk to this man? No.
she also has a bell. One of these next to the bed in Cosmo's cabin, too.
Yes, it's a bell cord. I can't resist.
Barely hesitated. He gave it a good tug, too. I'll find out we're in here. We have to hide in the closet.
No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come.
Well, we don't want them to. We're trying to investigate in secret. Alright. Bed is fine. Look at this. This ventilator connects to Cosmos next door.
Yes, although what a full shipbuilder must be to open a ventilator into another room.
Maybe. So if there's a gas leak next door, the occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. That's not true.
Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning.
That a possibility?
Anyway, last night, Cosmo wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator.
Oh, let's look at her bookshelf. It's all knocked over. All the books have toppled over together. Look, every single one.
Do you think it's the god of the sea?
Exactly the same as the bookcase next door. In Cosmo's cabin.
Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet and fell against the bookcase.
I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same night she ran away from her company?
Alright then. Must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over to fit a break.
Oh my gosh, she's gonna be the reason I go to prison. We're gonna ask her for help and she's just gonna out me for some crime I didn't do. So now she's gonna set them straight. Oh. An alarm! Shut down the engines immediately. Vessel sighted, 1/4 mile forward. Full stop, hard starboard. All hands, brace for impact. Uh-oh. What the?
I think we're about to crash into another ship.
What? Quick, into the wardrobe.
I can't see it.
Sasato, hold on to me. Wah! Sasato, are you alright? Are you injured?
I think I'm fine, thank you, Naruhodo.
Yep, the books all fell. Looks like we avoided a collision.
I think.
Yes, the ship has come to a stop.
Oh my goodness, what about you, Naruhodo? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine. Oh, the door locked when that happened. Look at that. Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosonaga.
Oh. Is that you in there, Naruhodo? Unbolt the door, quickly! The bolt? Look at that, the door is bolted! You do that, Sasato?
No, I didn't touch it.
That's strange. How did... And look at all the books. They're just like they were before again.
Naruhodo, are you going to open the door and let the inspector in?
Better tidy this place up first. Our violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least, a very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tying up the cabin with a sense of foreboding in my heart. Just 1 minute! Oh wow, that was a quick to be... We're only an hour in. Did we open the case? No, the case was open when we got there. We still don't know what was in it. Save this one on save slot 3. For chapter 2. Oh, we're in the captain's quarters now. Somehow the door to the cabin we ended up in bolted after we made an emergency stop. Zato took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Oh, hey, Pavlova, you're here. You! What are you doing in Pavlova's quarters? Oh, you both look unhurt. Good. Yeah, we're fine. Thank you. What on earth happened? I heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report, though. How'd that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. It was obvious it triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything's chaos. Passengers screaming, crew running everywhere. The first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment.
Oh, I see.
Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean someone pressed the button outside?
Ah! You wicked intruder dressed all in black, you are the devil!
Sorry, me? Oh, a lot of things before, but devil's the first.
You opened my traveling case, how could you?
What? No, we didn't touch it. There's a... Between our rooms, there's another room. There's a third room in between the rooms. If you were to open up the wardrobe, it would allow you access to the room.
It was already open when we... It was already open when we came to your cabin!
Inspector! Yes?
Arrest this man. I know he did it. He is criminal. Is it not enough he has killed a man? And he is stowaway as well. If Fixin promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Take him away. He is trespasser as well as everything else. Stowing away, trespassing, killing. She is right. You are devil. Doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in. Wait, there's been a cell this whole time? Why was I allowed to just sit in the room? Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell?
Please, Inspector Osanaga, is there nothing you can do?
This is a Russian vessel. I have no real jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options.
This is terrible.
This is a real crisis. I have to find a solution. Immediately. So the cat's currently in the vents there. The other room. What if we just run? Damn. Okay, let's talk to Miss Pavlova and see if we can't get her to understand. Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck in here without your permission, but get out now! We just need to investigate in here to help understand what happened to... Stuff... Doba... Nirpishik! It's no use, she's not going to listen. I need to find someone who will. This guy will definitely listen. Please, just give me a little more time. I do nothing for you, except show you way to ship prison. Thanks, but no thanks. I'm innocent, I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing, and stowing away. Those I did do. Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues as well, and, enough! You are guilty. Ship's cell only place fit for you. Oh, there has to be someone. Some savior to rescue me from this crisis. What does he do? Holmes. Why are you hanging on the shelf? What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes! Naturally, I was analyzing what weight of 20,000 rubles felt like on one's head. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no, no. Well, why were you hanging from the hook before then? It Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rupees, naturally, I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall so full of bragging bouts. Oh, I never know whether to take this man seriously or not.
Oh, you again, the great detective.
Ah, Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. I have something to report. To you, most urgently.
Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time.
What is report? Speak! An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. The case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved by me, naturally. What?
Really?
Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanation exists. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Ha! You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands case. We all know who was responsible for... We have noticed that all the women in this game have been, problematic, right? We found criminal in wardrobe. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffed to prove. I didn't do it.
The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from...
Nah, I want to objectify that. Oh, we can't. You were saying, Hosonaga?
That means the culprit must be someone who is inside the cabin.
Yes, it's what called a locked room mystery in detective stories.
Ah, locked room. That is point. Our room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across and outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all.
What?
Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin despite a bolted door.
What other entrance? We never discovered one.
Why, it gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator, man!
The ventilator?
You would think this is funny. I cannot even put my arm through that hole. Oh, you got a big arm. That's... Yeah, you got thick arms. Sorry, what was I?
You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through the tiny opening.
The cat.
It's not possible.
Hi, Adriana! Ah, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Oh my gosh, the intruder's the cat. The cat got out and then went through the vent.
Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? I can hear a faint whistling sound. It looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill.
Hey, thanks for forgiving me, guys. I appreciate it. Why a cat? Why would it be a cat? Because it's not a dog. Precisely, my dear madame.
Well, what does it mean? What is a speckled band?
The answer, hey guys, if you're ever about to be killed and murdered, please don't use like fancy words. Use basic terminology. Striped
sash or something like that, or spotted cord. Don't use speckled band. No one's gonna know what that is.
The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin.
Oh, he's gonna throw a fist.
Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There is a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold!
I am beheld. Yeah, what the? It is a snake.
Allow me to introduce you all to the band, the Speckled Band. A snake? Indubitably.
Oh. Is beef stroganoff gonna be okay?
Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray, what troubles you?
Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say?
Huh.
I want to own a pet snake, but I don't want to feed it like mice. So I don't actually like. So I don't want to. I want to be near one just to like pet it.
Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the Striped Band, wouldn't you?
You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that is precisely the trap in which the culprit wishes you to fall?
Oh my goodness! Really? It's a trap?
Go to the zoo, bro. You live in Florida. I know! And we have snakes in my backyard, apparently. The guys who came to replace my spigot outside, they came up to me and they're like, hey, Mr. Grease, watch out when you go out back. My coworker said he saw 4 black snakes out there. And you hear the guy in the back, yeah, they were black snakes! And I was like, okay, I guess. Thank you, I suppose. I appreciate the warning.
How exactly? I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me.
Racially profiling snakes is wild. The snakes of color in my backyard were not really a threat. I didn't mind. I just went back there and mowed the yard right after we were done.
There are 2 conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number 1. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. Ah! And number 2, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. No!
He's turned as white as a bowl of rice again.
Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head.
No, he's been wrong about everything. So let's correct him. This young woman's friend killed Mr. Osogi. Shoot him!
It's like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs for that long friend in your neck. So everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh, here we go again, guys. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. The whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of the intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on the pretentious night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. And yet, the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations... Oh no, hey, watch out, Shrooms. Observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me! This has nothing to do with any of this! Oh, but it does. You have the answers to this quandary, even now hidden behind your back. Actually, a sunburn or a snake rub? Oh, girl, why, you're right. The marks on his face, I think, could have been the snake choking him. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be the snake's the snake skin. Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin. No? I don't know what you are talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as the bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it sheds its skin. A snake so dreadful we can only imagine it would be found in the deep depths of India. Should have fed the skin to the snake. I think they eat their skins, right? How did he die? Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. Victime. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data which I've been appraised, it would appear there was no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Now, if take... Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no. Could that be? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost but not quite imperceptible puncture wounds left by the venomous fangs will seal the truth. Yes, the vestiges of the snakebite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There is no point in feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. The snake's probably not poisonous. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. What if there's two snakes, though? Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't. It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. To train? Indeed. You put the serpent through the ventilator and wait. After a period, you summon it back with a whistle. You would know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared to not have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true! Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature indeed only sank it. The creature only needed to sink its fangs in once. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor man's life. There can be no doubt my logic is infallible. True. Wrap it up, throw that bitch away. Thus concludes Hairlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. He's so good. He's so good. Bravo. Ms. Pavlova has trained her pet snake a killing machine. There on the floor, you observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You've solved the mystery! I'm not going to jail, so I don't care! Amazing, your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Hairlock Sholmes has become such a household name. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand.
Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes?
But of course, what is on your mind?
It's just about your deductions before. Something don't quite make sense to me.
I welcome questions as to my method, and will answer both loudly and proudly. So hard, like hard, determined.
First of all,
Was that a book? Nerd.
snakes are egg-laying creatures, part of the reptile family.
You are well informed, madame.
And reptiles, don't drink milk.
Ah,
It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see?
I love drinking milk. Every day I wake up, I drink a glass of chalky milk. If I don't chalky milk, I drink regular milk. Which is weird, because when I eat cereal, I don't put any milk in it. I just pour cereal into a bowl and then grab a spoon. I'll have a milk, like, off to the side for me to drink. You're a mammal? Hey, what? Watch your mouth. I'm a goblin. A monster.
So I'm not sure it'd be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward.
No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds.
Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears.
Ah.
Yes, so I'm not sure it would really be possible to say...
This is the smartest she has been. Sorry, I keep saying like smart and he's not stupid. She's just ignorant. This is the most informed she has been on any subject. But madame, what are the tales from Arabia? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? Wait, that's true. Yeah, the sounds of the flute. Snakes love music.
I think perhaps the performers play the music in time with the snake's natural movements.
That can't be true. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes.
There is one other thing.
You have more?
Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So I'm not really sure that snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the one in these cabins.
Then it should try harder. True.
Please don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. The point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this.
Oh, poor Sholmes. Yeah, Girl White, set your stream to 2 times speed. It should catch up properly. You'll swap back to normal speed once it's fully caught up. Because there's a bit of a delay if you click live. You've tried? Oh, well, never mind then. Refresh the page, maybe? Nah, that probably won't help. It'll do the same thing.
I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo.
Oh, no, you don't mean...
Yes, we need to modify his latest seductions and turn them into great ones they ought to be.
I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Can you do away with my, shackles? Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right. So, cast your eyes down at your wrists again. This dude's a magician. Run! Quick! You're not under arrest! Get out of here!
Your handcuffs are gone!
Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. I'm not even the culprit now. Just a stowaway. Now everyone, let us begin. Harlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Modified. That's what it sounds like. The sound of a typewriter. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. God, it's so hot. His death has nothing to do with me. The whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrible events, your aching heart smarts with pain. She does have pained expression on her face. Yeah, that's true. She looks as though
Cosmo's Almond's death is weighing heavily on her mind.
You're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Would there be some other way to interpret her expression then?
Let's take a moment and really look at her. Really look very closely at her.
Looking at her wrist. Oh, she got cut. By her cat!
Oh, Naruhodo-san! Look! That looks like a very painful wound.
Looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal. Oh my gosh, she feeds her cat snakes. Hey Scrubs, if it turns out to be a cat, I expect an apology. You can DM it to me. I'll just brag about it in silence. Drinking my green tea like a fine red wine.
Oh, whatever Scratcher doesn't appear to be around here.
Present!
Yes!
I know the button now, it's R. Yes, when you recall those horrible events, the claws scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, a simple observation reveals that this goes so hard. The dual guys just stepping in one at a time, moving around the room. Oh my god, it's a dance. It's a hot dance full of such strong sexual energy. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch sometime last night? Ah! When I think about the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded the vessel, was it not? Is she going to jail, or are they just scaring her? No, if anything, I'm still going to jail for this, for some reason. Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. I think the snake belongs to beef stroganoff. Seems like the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they?
No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet, which claws might grow.
Well then, if I was in charge of creating animals, I would give snakes hands and feet again. Like, you've been suffering long enough from the Bible, just grow hands and feet. Be on your way. I would give lizards wings. If that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers?
We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo. That's where we'll find the answer.
What would they do with hands and feet? Probably sin. I knew it was a cat! I mean, oh look, the photograph in this frame. Must be something Miss Pavlova with her brought with her when she ran away.
She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she?
Yeah, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. No, I wouldn't know, I don't see color. I'm very progressive in that way. And look, he has the bell. Maybe we better take a closer look at this. Okay, I just have to point at the cat. Oops. I have to present it.
Yes!
Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, and the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no! The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear, that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet, the fact leaves us in quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, the specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. I love that hand thing he does to turn off the lights. What explanation can we give, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? It was a cat toy, wasn't it? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with any of this. Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying to, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's skin. Cat toy. Just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. She just left it in her pocket. No one would ever have known.
Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shulman's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something.
But deduction was his specialty, or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Anyway,
I find it hard to believe that that's the skin of a snake.
in which case, what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Ooh, I get to go behind. Ah. Yeah, it's a cat toy. Well, it's speckled, and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. It's like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. Sort common in the West, apparently. How's that a toy for cats?
Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. You only need to wave it in front of them and they pounce to catch it.
That sounds positively adorable.
Yes!
Yes, the thing you're trying but failing to conceal is a cat's toy? Precisely, and the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. Ah! And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume naturally the victim could not fail to notice it. Did the cat get in the room without anyone noticing, and she's like throwing the cat toy in between the vents and like waving it to get the cat come back? But why? And for what reason? My dear boy, there can be only one answer to that. After a feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka.
Yeah!
A truly troublesome feline, young Darka is proven to be. She must be caged once found. You'll forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. The photograph of Miss Pavlova and Darka has been entered into the court record. We want to see the cat. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. Darka, she is so naughty. His identity. Problem kid. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? According to the data which I've been appraised, it would appear there was no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. Nuh-uh! We have the report. What Mr. Sholmes says is true.
There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Cosmo's body.
That's right. But Mr. Sholmes seems to be unaware of one very important detail. Cosma wasn't poisoned.
Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now.
Yes!
Oh, I love that. The glass shatter is so cool. In fact, the circumstance of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. Ah, yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Only that Goliath will be strong enough to survive that. Seaman Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know. The jury is out anyways. We have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no,
could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased's body will prove the cause of death conclusively. Cosmo died because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something or someone.
Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapons have been found, though.
Presumably Darka didn't silently creep up behind Cosmo and deal him a fatal blow.
I suppose it's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. Could have been a terrible act of misfortune that had broke his neck completely by accident.
Oh yes, a bad fall could explain it.
Rather hard to believe Cosmo-san, though. He wasn't a clumsy man.
Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that can explain what happened? Okay, so I'm thinking the mark on the floor or the ship's log that says something happened, but nothing happened. We're gonna do this first.
Yes!
I did it! Yes! Shatter!
Are you fucking serious, House Reagan? Girl, what? You'd be the worst detective at the case, be like, obviously he was shot by the neighbor, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, he did. And you're gonna be like, are you real? Are you real? Is that really what fucking happened? You gotta take your victory with some dignity. You gotta be happy about it. Why is this hard for you? Everything's hard for me. I live a hard life. Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is a deposit of shoe polish. Shoe polish? Indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, a dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's lace leather shoes. It couldn't have been that easy because here's the problem with the case. Why would he write wardrobe? And why would he write it in Russian? He'd have no reason to do that. He should have written our name instead. So the cat is interesting. I think maybe something happened at night where we were all drugged. The cat is just sort of like, it was just there at the scene of the crime. I still think that there is a room in between our rooms where a figure could be able to go in and out of the rooms through the wardrobes. Looking at the mark, it's not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at the point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And, by a dreadful turn of misfortune, caught his neck against some immovable object as he fell to the floor. Suffering a fatal blow to the spine, the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant, lost his life. No! Yet. I don't know anything about this. Is that really true, Miss Pavlova? Oh, well, snap real quick. There we go. What about the evidence left at the scene where Mr. Asogi lost his life? Yes, the facts are as clear as day to me. You did all you could to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence of the victim's whatever in the case.
I don't believe it. Cosmo-sama merely tripped over and now he's no more? It can't be true. I refuse to accept it.
I know it's hard to believe, but the mark on the floor does seem to suggest that's what happened.
What?
This part of Mr. Sholm's deduction is right. Miss Pavlova is trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabin, somewhere in the direction that she just cast her eyes.
Where, I wonder?
Have a good look around. The answer must be here somewhere. I'm gonna say it again, it's the wastebasket.
This is a waste paper basket.
Miss Pavlova only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there yet. I told you guys it was the wastebasket and you said no! I kept looking in there. The game said I was crazy. I'm not crazy. I'm a good detective. Okay. Oh, what's that?
It's a broken piece of glass, isn't it?
I checked in here so many times. Who said no? I don't know. If it wasn't you guys, then I'm just throwing you. I'm just gonna blame you guys. It's the easiest thing for me to do. I didn't say anything. Okay, Cheese is the only one exempt from this. Cheese is a good boy. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
If it looks familiar, perhaps it's more than your mind simply playing tricks on you.
Go back in and send.
Yes!
This happens in the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. You can search a trash can in every room, find nothing. Then in the end, it has key evidence. Good. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the waste paper basket. Ah! If it's glass, why not just shatter into more pieces? It'd be easier to throw away. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object, it would seem. One that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely, we found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Asogi's cabin. And as you can see, the two pieces fit together perfectly. Oh no. So, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider what this tells us? Why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken at the scene of the victim's death, should be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? Kia! You're all well acquainted with this glass ball, are you not? I don't know. In that hushed Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the little glass bell, that would be...
A picture of the kitty cat.
Yes!
Does Rhinosuke have carpal tunnel? Why does he wear that on his wrist? It looks cool, that's why. Learn some fashion sense, why don't you? I'm sorry. I'm attacking you guys for no reason. If you look at this photograph, you can clearly see, hanging from Darka's collar, the very glass bell in question. What if there's a second glass bell? Because it's a black and white photo, we still can't tell what color it is. I don't see color, so I'm gonna need you guys to tell me, like, if that's the same bell. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. The young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble? Your absent feline friend, Darka. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. She is 15 and presumably uneducated since she's working for the ballet. Damn. Ballerinas are... Why don't you tell us now, Miss Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night.
It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to feed Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she scratched me and jumped out of my hands.
Why would she scratch her if they were, like, best friends? It must have been the whistling sound that caught the cat's attention.
People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. And that is how you acquired a rather nasty wound on the back of your hand, I take it. Yes. And I had read the, rules on the wall. I knew I was not allowed Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious diseases. It's a precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, he must be sleeping. So at that point, you thought it was safe to try to lure the kitten back again by dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator and into the adjoining cabin. Darka always loved this toy, but it didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using her favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't. Oh, okay, so she wasn't whistling. So the faint whistling sound Cosmo wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Cats have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with shock. Heard her cry out. This still doesn't make sense because he wrote in Russian. Wardrobe. The cat doesn't really have anything to do. The cat, I think, saw something. I think the cat saw what happened. And it screamed. And at that point, the killer's like, oh shit, I need to go. It was such a dreadful bang. Then afterward, nothing. It was totally silent. Cosmo was... From the appearance of the brown mark on the floor, seems likely that what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. I think he was... Could he have been dragged? Is that what the shoes, the mark on the ground is? No, I don't know. The SS Burning is a large vessel, but even she can pitch and roll violently without warning. Mr. Sogi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching when the kitten got under his feet. The combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka is nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat is insufferably restless as I am. Well, she knows something about... he knows something about himself, at least. When I awoke this morning, I heard that a young man in the cabin next to mine had died. But I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was too scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right, where is it? If the snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova, then whose is it, and where did it come from? It's his pet snake. He used it to help catch the rats, doesn't he? What on earth is such a dangerous creature doing on board the ship? Oh, I didn't say. Snake is my friend. His name
Pirosco. Huh? What? What? The snake belongs to you? He escaped from cage when emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I did not expect to find him in here. Yes, how did that snake get into the cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. Ha! We are at sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without close friend? Without someone who understands? I knew Beef Stroganoff was the guy. I knew he was our friend. He truly understands. Couldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? No. Animals don't judge like humans do. But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake? Surely you can appreciate the danger you put everyone in. No venom. Huh? Pirosco has no venom. He is harmless, very long, very gentle. He is adorable, like Granny. It's venomless? Yes. Now he is hungry, so he is in bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Ah! Like they say, milk chickens, ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only stupid stories. Pirosco eats mouses. Big, fat, round mouses. Oh. So, is that what the mousetrap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Nothing says top of the food chain like the look in their eyes right now. Why are there rats on board the ship? Like, that has to be a limited event. Like, there can only be like maybe like 1 or 2 rats that you'll catch. It refuses to drink milk, it can't hear a whistle, it can't climb a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How the deuce did something so inept land a starring role? It's not my fault. I do not make up stories. My Pirosco is nothing to do with incident. So that's what happened. That's the truth behind my best friend's tragic death?
Miss Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with the lies, then no matter what the circumstance, I cannot forgive you!
But what are you talking about, Miss Mikatoba? One lies, Miss Pavlova just confessed to everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events. An accident.
I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I don't have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that was not the truth. Don't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo?
To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is, you, Mr. Naruhodo, are simply a distraction. Distraction? I do hope you've not been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Damn it! Not again! You do that, especially as they're now on your wrist as a result of my intervention. I was rather hoping I could resolve the matter before we made our next port call. You were, Mr. Sholmes? Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes, he was my power top, and I was his beta male. Little cuck. Cosmo was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions. You must uncover the real truth here. Oh, didn't read that. Yeah, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. I can chase that down. Maybe the truth will become clear. He's dead. Get him off my screen. The truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright. See what I can do. Excellent.
Thank you, Mr. Naruhodo.
So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first is the victim who lost his life in the cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. Was this truly an unfortunate accident? It was in fact no accident at all. That is what we must establish in the first instance. But we've already established... hold on. But we've already established it, haven't we? The man tripped over the kitten that had climbed into his cabin via the ventilator. Tragic, yes? But still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. It doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, I'm afraid. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence is right there in Cosmo's cabin. It's undeniable. This death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. Really? Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruhodo. Time to present the evidence. The evidence that proves unequivocally that the victim's death was no mere accident. He was able to write this before he died.
Yes!
The truth was clearly recorded in this photographic print. There's no way Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. That script. The script is Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. Most people wouldn't leave a dyed message in their native language, Japanese in this case. But maybe he was studying Russian. It is a simple language. He could have picked it up very fast. It doesn't seem likely. Actually, not the point. It makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry, what do you mean? It's because he died instantly. In the neck. Exactly what I said before. There is no way that Mr. Asogi could have left this message on the floor. The reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae resulting in instant death. Instant death. Oh! Which means after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead.
Ah! That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Mr. Hoagie's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if Miss Pavlova told us was true.
What? So Cesaro-san has noticed it too then. Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives this away. Another piece of evidence that proves this was no accident, in other words. Another piece of evidence proves this was no accident. It had to be this, right? Like, going in circles and doesn't progress. The characters piss you off, too. I think it's the mark on the floor, but it could also be the paper seal. So I'm thinking it's either the mark on the floor, the diary, or the paper seal. I think it could be the diary, though, because the diary is... He saw the speckled band. He saw the cat toy. And she's saying no. Because I wouldn't prove anything about it being an accident. I think it's the mark on the floor.
Yes!
Away from his shoes. This piece of broken glass next to the mark on the floor. Well, that's the glass bell the kitten had around its neck. We already know all about that. It was broken in half. Hey, Aggro. You okay, bud? Come here. Buddy? Come on. Good boy. You want to chill here with me while I play my game? Fall to the side, bud. You're fine. Side, bud. Back up. In chair. So we already know. We already have a satisfactory explanation. Where's the flaw in the logic? Unfortunately, there's a very big flaw. A fatal flaw. What? Oh, sorry. If that's really what happened, then how did one half of the bell end up back here in this cabin? Oh!
Yes, I remember that we found the other half of the glass bell in the waste paper basket. You care to explain that, Miss Pavlova?
Oh no. Both of these pieces of evidence clearly point to the same conclusion. That when Mr. Sogi died last night in his cabin, there was someone else in the room. And that person deliberately arranged the scene to disguise the truth. Who could have done it though? I'm thinking it was Stroganoff. In order to cover up his or her own guilt. Yeah! No way this tiny 15-year-old could have beaten Kazuma.
Yes, there was someone else present, Mr. Hoagies.
You're wasting time. Someone else was there. Duh, of course, we know this. What are you talking about? Bulkhead bolted shut from inside. There is no way in or out. I'm thinking it was him. He went in there to go get the cat. And something happened that... Or maybe he wanted to shut up Kazuma? I don't know. Kazuma's dead, right? I don't think he's dead. No, he's not dead. They had to fake his death. I don't know. Oh, yes. An only person in cabin when young student died was you. It's true, I was in the cabin when it happened. You was shut in inside the cabin wardrobe, to be precise about the details. But I don't know Russian. There's no way I would have left that message. Not would have. There's no way you could have left that message, to be precise about the details. Would you mind? Forgive me, my dear fellow. As I was saying, it's the wardrobe. The wardrobe did it. The person in question wrote wardrobe in Russian on the floor. in an attempt to incriminate me for the crime, even though I had been asleep in there the entire time. And then the same person picked up the broken glass bell that had fallen on the floor, for fear of it becoming evidence that would show how Mr. Soki really died. Beef Stroganoff and Pavlova are hitting it off. They're gonna get married in America, where it's still illegal because she's too young.
Well, why wouldn't this person have taken all the pieces of the bell away? Leaving half behind was always going to raise questions.
Yeah, it was past 1 o'clock in the early hours of the morning. The cabin would have been quite dark. The single small lamp suspended from the ceiling would have barely had cast any light onto the floor there. Little wonder, then, that the culprit failed to notice a fragment of the tiny item. You all suspect me, don't you? Seaman!
Nina is woman of sea. She is daughter of strong sailor. 2 years ago, they noticed her dancing skills, and she went away to join ballet company. But before, she was dancer on this ship, a member of ship's band. You do not accuse ship's angel of being criminal.
Ah, so that's it.
You say that when young student died, Nina was there in cabin. But that not possible, I give tooth.
Huh, well, this is all most interesting.
And why would you give your
tooth, pray? How can you be so sure?
You are a great detective, you should know. Look truth in eyes. Cabin bulkhead bolted shut from inside. Nobody could go in cabin. Not Nina, not anyone. Or you won't tell me that killer can walk through locked doors. Niet! It's impossible!
He's right.
He's not right, we know that. But wait! I've read about this detective stories. People often tie a thread around the door latch.
You've already said that can't be impossible. Thread? Are you stupid?
Don't say stupid.
These bulkheads are not bond doors.
Certainly not. These are watertight doors, as one would expect to find on any modern steamship. Constructed of heavy steel with not a gap in sight, no threads, no needles, or magnets could have been used.
No, of course not. I thought so too. Mr. Naruhodo suggested it earlier, so...
Sato, how could you shift onto me like that?
So Seaman Stroganoff has a valid point. The cabin door couldn't have been bolted shut from the outside.
Not necessarily.
What?
I put to you that I could bolt this cabin door without laying a finger on it. And in this very cabin, we can see the traces of the method I have in mind having been used before.
I don't believe it.
Well, Mr. Naruhodo, I believe you know what I mean, don't you? Why you shut the bolt of the cabin door from the outside? One way does spring to mind, yes.
You really know what Mr. Sholmes means, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, so should you, because we've seen it happen. Indeed we have, so would you care to do the honors, Mr. Naruhodo? Point out telling sign that was used to slide the cabin door across from the outside. Is this right?
Yes!
Shelf? Look at the bookcases there. Or the bookshelf there. See how the books and things now have been toppled over? I was waiting for it to light up so I could see all the objects I could click on, but yeah, it didn't light up.
That must have happened when the ship made its emergency stop before.
It's a tutorial, bro. It feels like a tutorial. They keep going over everything again.
Yes, that's right. It's a very powerful vessel after all. When the engines are thrown into reverse, a violent jolt goes across the entire ship. Any small objects that aren't fastened down are bound to fall over.
I believe, yes. So it's known as the force of inertia acting on the object.
Nerd! Nerd alert! Is there nothing Suzato-san doesn't know? Or is it in her book at least? Well, whatever it's called, the same force that pushed over those books on the bookcase also made something else in this cabin move. The bolt on the cabin door. Okay, here's a problem with that theory. That would mean every single time they use that emergency stop, all the doors on the ship seal themselves. And if there's no one in the room, they have to break into every single door if they ever click the emergency stop. They should really fix that. It was very obvious just after the emergency stop that the ship made earlier. We'd come into this cabin not long before and we hadn't bolted the door. But then... Hello, is anyone in there? Hello, is anyone in there? Shout if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like...
Inspector Hosanaga! Oh yes! That's it! When the ship stopped suddenly, the bolt flew across and locked the door.
Yes, it's made of metal, but it's small and light enough to be moved by the ship's sudden change of speed. Or the first of inertia, if you want to call it that. Are you trying to say last night, after Mr. Sogi was killed? The SS Burya made an emergency stop. When I woke up this morning and looked around the cabin, I thought it looked a little odd. All the books on the shelves had toppled over. All the ornaments. It's almost as if someone had run their hand across the shelves and deliberately knocked everything over.
Oh yes, I remember that. And then I stood them all up again, didn't I?
Then when we came into this cabin, we were surprised to see the same thing in here. All the books and everything had toppled over, just like in Mr. Sogi's cabin.
Oh my!
Do you have anything to say about this, Miss Pavlova? Are you out of mind? You say Burya made emergency stop? It does seem a little far-fetched. How can that possibly have happened, unless you're saying that the culprit is actually someone from the engine room? Oh, it's simple enough. Are you forgetting the button in the passageway outside? Used to trigger emergency alarms?
Oh yes, of course. There was a notice, wasn't there, telling you only to press the button in times of emergency?
On dark nights, when the fog is dense, the captain cannot afford to rely on the eyes of his lookout alone. Hence, the placement of a number of buttons around the vessel that allows any crewman to raise the alarm. The sort of button one is almost compelled to press to satisfy one's curiosity. Wait, it was you! When the button is pressed, two things happen in the interest of safety. The emergency alarm bell rings, and the vessel comes to a complete stop. As indeed it did a little earlier today. We need to get to a stopping point. It's been 2 hours.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it wasn't you who...
As I always say, a button has but one purpose in life. To be pressed, whatever the occasion. True, preach, Sholmes. He sounds almost proud of himself. How dare you mess with ship! I report you to Captain, you are in much trouble now! Now, I'm sure all this can wait until later. Let us not overlook the fact that we have now learnt a valuable lesson. When the vessel makes an emergency stop, the bolts on the cabin doors slide closed. So, what we must now consider
Yes, it all comes down to one thing now. Last night, after what happened to Mr. Asogi, did the ship make an emergency stop, or did it not?
You are idiots. Buria's huge ship with many passengers. If we make emergency stop, even in the middle of night, there would be chaos everywhere. Unless everyone's drugged. What are your thoughts, Naruhodo? Well, it's certainly possible that some kind of emergency happened last night. We have evidence to support that idea.
Really? What evidence, Mr. Naruhodo?
Fascinating. Do show us, my good man. What evidence promotes the theory that some emergency gripped the vessel last night? This. From Beef Stroganoff.
Yes!
Seaman Stroganoff. It's your duty to patrol the first class of the area of the ship, isn't that right? Ah! That is correct. Why? In the ship's log here, this would be where you record the details of your duties. So what are you doing with that? That is mine! Ah, you are rather careless. Left it atop a little makeshift bureau on the passageway out there. But as responsible passengers, we took into our care with mind to return it to you later. I left it there on purpose. That is where I put it always. The point is, looking at what you usually record, it's clear that under normal circumstances you write the phrase, "Nothing to report" every 30 minutes. But from 2 o'clock last night, first light, this morning, nothing was recorded at all. Nothing recorded in the log? That is... because nothing happened. But if nothing happened, you would normally write, "Nothing to report," wouldn't you? Ugh. Indeed so, which tells us that shortly after 2 a.m., something happened. Here, aboard the SS Buria. Something sufficiently significant to make you forget to fill in the ship's log, in fact.
Are you suggesting that the ship really did make an emergency stop in the middle of the night?
Stop talking rubbish! If I'm perfectly honest, I find that a little hard to believe myself. Oh? Why? Well, because if something as major as an emergency stop really happened, surely all of us would have noticed.
That's very true. Thanks to the emergency stop we experienced earlier, we all know what it feels like now. The ship lurched so violently, and the alarm bell was so loud. I can't imagine that anybody would sleep through that, even if it happened in the dead of night.
Well, no, that's a good point. What of the throbbing? Laurie, what do you mean? Your head, man. The throbbing in your head since this morning. We have all suffered with it. Ah! Oh, yes. I have a headache, you're right. In fact, I haven't been feeling myself since I woke up today.
Nor have I. My head has been feeling heavy ever since dawn.
Yes, you've all been afflicted, haven't you? Just as I suspected. He's right, my head's been throbbing today too. And since eating dinner yesterday evening, everything has felt sort of hazy. I can't really remember anything that happened after I climbed back inside the wardrobe. Then the first thing I noticed this morning was the throbbing pain in my head. I had already been dragged out of the wardrobe and had these handcuffs put on me by that point. Why didn't I wake up when all that was happening? Well, all was happening to me. Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, you boarded this vessel as a stowaway, did you not? Oh, well, yes, sorry. The stowaway class of accommodation doesn't usually include meals. What did you survive on? Oh, well, Cosmo looked after me. He was always happy to share his meals. So you enjoyed some of the whole roast chicken dinner that was served yesterday evening, I take it? Yes, in fact. I had all of that. Cosmo wasn't fond of chicken. Oh, really? So the victim didn't eat the chicken at all? That's right, he didn't touch it. Is that relevant? God, he's so smart. My dear fellow, does that not strike you?
Oh! Mr. Sholmes, do you mean to say that there was something wrong with the chicken?
I do. No, really, is that true? The meal prepared for the passengers last night has been tampered with. Tampered with by the addition of a supper designed to induce a very deep slumber in those who consumed it. A sleeping drug. Do you mean whoever did this laced every meal with a sleeping drug so no one would notice the ship's emergency stop?
Mr. Naruhodo, of course that's not what Mr. Sholmes means. What a far-fetched idea.
Precisely. Lacing every meal of every passenger aboard with a sporific drug would certainly be impossible. Unless, that is, every single member of the crew was a conspirator. What?
Mr. Sholmes!
No, it can't be every member of the crew because Hosanaga's a member of the crew. And he also got drugged. Well, seaman? He fell. Oh my gosh. Stroganoff fell asleep. He was asleep at his post. That's why he didn't write anything. He also has a headache. I'm sorry to say that any more deception in this matter will get you nowhere. If you refuse to talk, there would have to be an inquiry made through the shipping company, of course. And were that to happen, every member of the crew, and the captain himself, would be hauled over the coals. For aiding and abetting a renegade. The revolutionary! Or her, I don't know. Please, no more. I will tell you everything. You keep saying that. I cannot make problems like this for everyone anymore. These crewmen are your former comrades, I believe. So when I decided to run away, I asked them to help me. We all agreed to help everyone together. She threw away everything. Her fame, in the ballet, Mother Russia, we wanted to help our angel. Why would she have to hide the cat? I don't believe it. You are right. We put sleeping drug in chicken last night. Yes, I remember now. I did not notice chewing a lump of something strange and bitter at one point. No, he's lying. He's covering up for her. We could not make all drug, how do you say, dissolve. Talk about heavy seasoning. At midnight, in waters near Shanghai, we brought our angel on board. Oh, okay, so that's it. He put everyone to sleep, so in the middle of the night, he could sneak her on board. Okay, that's why he wasn't at his post. Okay, so he wasn't asleep. I was wrong. She was helped by comrade on shore with small fishing boat. While all the passengers of the SS Beria slept soundly, thanks to the almost magical effects of the slumbering-induced potion, their evening meals had contracted. So if that's what happened, the only people awake on the ship last night were the crew, people who just like chicken, and the newly boarded passenger, Miss Pavlova. That means it would have been possible for you. You could have used the emergency stop trick to lock Cosmo's cabin door. Then her door would have been locked. But how does that make any sense? Surely every cabin door would have ended up locked in that case. There would have been complete chaos. Oh, I wouldn't say so. What? Of course. Just like us, all the other passengers would have eaten their evening meal of chicken in their cabin, after which they would have been overwhelmed by tiredness because of the sleeping drug. Quite, and accordingly, all passengers were already in their cabins for the night.
Yes!
The overwhelming majority of passengers would habitually sleep with their cabin doors bolted anyway, and so not one of them would have found it remarkable to find the door locked in the morning. In summary, in order to fasten the bolt of a single cabin door on the ship, the culprit brought the entire vessel to an emergency stop in the early hours of the morning. Her name may be a play on Pavlov. Oh, that's true. Yeah. You have talked long enough and said many things. What is point? The point is what I said earlier. There was somebody else present on the scene when the victim lost his life last night. Someone who left a message in Russian on the floor in an attempt to incriminate another. Someone who tried desperately to hide the broken fragments of glass that would reveal the culprit's identity. And someone who abused the ship's emergency stop procedure in order to lock a door. All told, a busy night. But I don't know any of this. I am just a little girl. You like to speak with your long English words and explain your clever ideas. But I am sailor, and sailors don't listen to long, boring stories. We don't believe. Yeah, you do. It's the whole thing. You tell long stories. Sailors like me, we trust only what we see with our eyes. Nah, that's also not true. You guys drew pictures of sea serpents in the water. A laudable trait. What? I am quite of the same disposition, my good man. Observation to me is everything. Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, yes? Do you hear it? The accusatory cry of guilt.
So, what accusatory cry of guilt?
Sorry, you've lost me. Proof of involvement, man. But you can't hear such a call with your ears. No. You must hear it with your eyes, for observation is the basis of all deduction. What are you talking about? I believe the time has come for one final logic and reason spectacular to expose the truth. Alright, I guess we're playing this to the end. So I've gotten a save point. It'll be a little bit longer than 2 hours, unfortunately. I wanted to watch the Backrooms movie tonight. So, Mr. Naruhodo, your assistance, if you please. With what exactly, Mr. Sholmes? With observation, my dear fellow, just as I said. Of these two... that word. Observation?
If you remember, Mr. Naruhodo, we know that somebody tried to fabricate evidence, didn't we?
You say this whenever you know it, you can just do it next time. The problem is, I want to, in between chapters, do other games, and I don't want to end this chapter, with only 10 minutes left of gameplay.
What we're looking for is some trace of evidence that one of these two was there when it happened.
Precisely. You are delightfully quick to grasp my meaning. Alright, I'll see what I can see. So we're looking for a trace of evidence that shows someone else was there last night when Cosma died.
Yes!
I have to keep looking at their ass. Everyone's ass is a fucking crime scene. Seaman Stroganoff. You seem to have quite a large purple stain on the back of your white uniform there. Ah, yes, I don't know where the dirt comes from. So nothing particular comes to mind about the stain. What are you trying to say? It would appear that the significance of the stain has escaped your attention, Seaman. Allow us to make it plain. It's a very large purple stain on the back of the Seaman Stroganoff's uniform.
And I think what made it is clear.
Indeed it is. So, Mr. Naruhodo, present the evidence that proves it. My pleasure. Alright then, the evidence that proves what that stain on the back of the Seaman is...
Yes!
It's the photograph. The ink, it shows. That's what caused the stain on your uniform. Ink? A rather unusual color of ink. Purple. Ah! Ah, the penny drops at last. Now you see the significance. The Russian word on the floor next to the victim's body was written in purple ink. And the stain on the back of your uniform is ink of exactly the same color. If the ink had been dry, it could possibly have stained your uniform in that way. Which means you must have been present in the cabin in the moments immediately after the ink was spilt. Alright. Ah, it was me. I did it. Everything. It wasn't him. He's trying to cover up. I arranged everything in dead student's cabin to make it look like Wardrobe Man did it. Because they didn't know I was in there. He couldn't have known I was in there. Then I pressed button to make burial do emergency stop and bolt cabin door shut. I did everything so no one would suspect our angel.
Beef.
Oh, sorry. Beef. Please. Don't worry, Angel. Let me do talking. It was after 1 in the morning. I was on duty patrolling passageway. Then our angel came to me. She was white like sheet.
Beef.
Beef, please. You must help me. What was her accent again? Beef, please. You must help me. No, beef, please. I don't know. They'll come back to me as I talk. I went with her. The door cabin number 1 was open. When I looked inside, I saw student boy on floor. What happened here? Please, don't tell anyone. My little one. My little furry friend. That's it. Got it. Everything that happened in cabin like Angel told you. The kitten escaped through ventilator into Mr. Asogi's cabin. Then he tripped over it and broke his neck when he fell to floor. Yes, that is right. Oh, sorry. Someone else talking. So after the incident when the cat ran away, Miss Pavlova then visited the next cabin to hers, only to find its occupant lying lifeless on the floor. She said she was worried when she heard sound of something fall, that when she went look. No, Angel? No, Angel? That's what you would say. The door was not locked. So she opened to look, and you already know what happened.
There's just one thing. If you wouldn't mind.
What?
When you went to Mr. Asogi's cabin, Miss Pavlova, was he already dead?
Why? I already told you. When Nina opened door student's cabin and looked inside.
I was asking Miss Pavlova!
Well, Miss Pavlova? Ah.
Oh,
Yes, that is right. I saw him. It was dark and he was wearing black, but he was on the floor, not moving. I was scared.
I understand, and I believe you.
Yeah, Cosmo's not dead. He's just not dead. This is gonna follow the anime rules of a person isn't dead unless we actively see them die. So, is that finally it now? Have we discovered the real truth about Cosmo's death at last? Ah, something nearly slipped my mind. Oh, Mr. Schultz? This photograph. Yes, I took this myself, you know. The cause of death was a broken neck, therefore the victim died instantly.
and the unfortunate incident that precipitated these events, a kitten, on which the victim stumbled. However, if those are the facts, there is one particular area in this photograph. It seems to me somewhat unnatural. What do you mean, unnatural? What are your thoughts on the matter, Mr. Naruhodo? Well...
Geez, if you wanted a different game, you should have tried harder in the Game of Champions. This is the Discord Kitten's choice, so we're playing this.
If Cosmo tripped and fell, and by some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck...
He wouldn't have fallen face first, also, if he broke his neck.
Which part of this photograph print seems unnatural?
Position of the body, I guess. Okay, well, this would be the unnatural part, is him.
Yes!
His hand.
It must be here, surely. Allow me to offer you a piece of advice regarding the pursuit of detection, my dear fellow. When noting a crucial point, it can be helpful to keep your eyes open. They were open.
Oh no, I got it wrong. Oh no, he's calling me stupid.
I think his play with Mr. Sholmes means by unnatural, isn't it? A word written in a foreign language underneath his fingertips, surely.
That particular crass detail was orchestrated by the culprit, no? I mean to identify another point. Imagine if you were losing your footing yourself. It's his clenched fist. Would you land the victim has one of your hands? You look like the sort of fellow who stumbles with some regularity. This should be an easy task. Cosmo tripped and fell. Some terrible stroke of bad luck broke his neck. Which part? Okay, it would be this one then.
Yes!
The other hand. Alright, if it really fell due to an unfortunate accident, then this fist just doesn't seem quite right. The exact thought occurred to me. In a fall, one's instinct is to open the palms flat. Yet, here we see the victim with his left hand tightly balled into a fist. Almost, you might say, as though he were gripping something, a sword. What do you mean? Simply that I took the liberty of investigating the victim's fist a short while ago. Oh my gosh, he was holding something. You did? And what, pray tell, do you imagine I found there, my dear fellow?
Mr. Sholmes, show us, please!
Why, of course, my dear madame. Would I keep you in suspense?
Her earring.
Oh my gosh. This child pushed him.
Yes, you're right. A crescent moon. It's very pretty, but what does it tell us?
We see her other ear has an earring, but this one doesn't.
There's no way, though, he would get, like, killed by this 15-year-old child.
Not sure that crescent moon looks like. It looks familiar somehow. I've seen it somewhere. Observation, Mr. Naruhodo. That is the key. What? The truth is now tantalizingly close. How did that crescent moon come to Cosmo's clenched fist? This is the final clue, the last piece of the puzzle. What significance has it? And observe the final answer with your own eyes.
Yes!
Miss Pavlova, on your ear there. I see you have a crescent moon as well.
Oh! What?
And on your other ear, there seems to be a crescent moon missing. The little link holding it on must have broken, I suppose.
Now the missing... I still don't think he's dead. I think this is just a faking his death for some reason. It just seems so weird that he would die to a broken neck, like falling. And then I don't know what the wardrobe bit is. Now the missing crescent moon was found in the victim's clenched fist. Clearly, there is only one logical conclusion. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. Miss Pavlova, Mr. Asogi must have grasped that crescent moon and pulled it from your ear. Perhaps just a moment before he fell to the floor. In other words, last night, Mr. Asogi's cabin, you witnessed the moment when the victim fell with your own eyes. In fact, you were quite literally at arm's length from him. But then the question is, why did Mr. Asogi do that? Why did he pull your earring from your ear and hold it in his clenched fist during his final moments? I don't think she killed him. I think someone else was in the room. I think there was another person in the room. Oh, no. Angel. No one can protect you now. Please, Miss Pavlova, tell us the truth last night. Again. What did you do to Kazuma?
Here!
Like, we still need to find out what happened to the cat. And think about everything that happened yesterday. It was too much. Running away, the fishing boat in the middle of the night, trying to climb onto this huge ship, and then, when I was at last in this cabin, I could relax after the long, horrid day.
Darka, wait!
I couldn't believe it when she disappeared through the ventilator. I tried to call her with a little whistle. I tried waving her favorite toy, but nothing worked. Darka would not come back.
It's the Russian, it's the dude from the newspaper. He's here as well. I'm sure of it.
What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector?
Cosmo's alive! Look at that!
Oh. I'm sorry. I thought it was a friend of mine. The young man from your country. He was very polite and kind. He helped me to find Darka, and he promised not to tell anyone. But then, when I had my friend in my arms again, and I was going to leave the man's cabin... Just a moment. Sorry, but... Oh. Da? I'm sure I know your face. I've seen you somewhere before. Of course. You're Nikolina Pavlova. I've said her name a whole bunch of times. Pavlova, aren't you? The Russian ballerina. Huh? No, I don't know that name. My heart nearly stopped when he said that. He knew who I was. How could this man from a land in the faraway east know a Russian ballerina? Yes, I saw your performance in Japan. The beauty of the ballet made a deep impression on me. But, what are you doing on this ship? I'm sure I read that your ballet company was performing in Shanghai at the moment. I can't fool him. I have to tell him the truth and hope he doesn't tell anyone. I have no choice. I see. So you've run away. Please keep my secret. Don't tell anyone. Give me a moment. Could use another opinion here. He's going to pull that cord. He's going to tell the captain. Why did I think I could trust him? Then it happened. Everything at once. It was only a second, but it felt like forever. Wait, I shouted, and then... Darka jumped out of my arms and down the young man's... to the young man's feet. And... as he turned around to look at me... Oh, shit. Maybe he is dead. I pushed him. I don't even know why. Don't know why I did it. I was just so scared. And I had to stop him from telling anyone about me. Women are problems. Am I right, fellow chatters? That's when you went to fetch help from Seaman Stroganoff, who was on duty out in the passageway. I heard Nina cry out and thud on floor, so I ran to her. She was standing at cabin door, shaking like leaf. She looked at me and said, "Help me, Beef. If they find out, I will be... Please, I have nowhere to go." So you decided to help. And that's when you arranged things in Cosmo's cabin to make it look like I did it. Okay, but still, the cat bell and wardrobe is just weird. So no one suspected the passenger in the cabin next door. Duh. I went into cabin and I looked around to make sure there was nothing to show Nina was there. And then I found Stowaway. Oh, so he did find me. In wardrobe, still sleeping. Right, that's when he found me.
So you worked out a plan to lay the blame on the stowaway.
I closed wardrobe doors and put back strange paper sign. Luckily for me, that's the only reason Suzato-san started to believe me when I said I was innocent. I dragged the man's body to a good place and used ink that was spilling to write on floor. I wrote wardrobe so that person who found him would look inside wardrobe and find stowaway. And tell me, what of the glass bell? It was by my feet, so I picked it up. I see. But it was dark in the cabin, I didn't notice the other half. Then Angel went back to her cabin and I finished job by pressing emergency alarm button in passageway. Yes. Oh, so maybe he is dead. Accordingly, the SS Bureau did indeed come to an emergency halt a little after 2 a.m., thus enticing the bolt in the cabin to slide shut, creating the locked room mystery. I still don't think he's dead, just to be clear. Although maybe he is, and I'm going to take his place. They need another Japanese boy to go learn law. Still one thing I don't understand, Miss Pavlova. What? Well, you said that you told Cosmo about the fact that you'd run away from your homeland. And it's because you were worried he was going to tell the captain that you pushed him. Isn't that right? Well, even if he had pulled the bell and called for help, called for the captain of the ship, aren't you friends with every member of the crew? Why would that have been a problem? It was what he said first that made me scared. What he said first? What are you doing here this time of night, Inspector? Oh, because the Inspector is his friend. And then he said he was going to get a friend's opinion. Oh, God, because he said words jumbled up in her head. God, women. Unbelievable. He said an inspector was his friend. Oh, yes, meaning me. Who was supposed to be acting as his bodyguard. I thought that if police knew about me, they would arrest me. So before he could pull Belcord, I...
May I stop you a moment, please, Miss Pavlova?
Please don't say she's lying again.
It just
doesn't seem to make sense. God damn it, woman! Pavlova, stop fucking lying!
I mean, was Mr. Asogi really going to pull the bell cord? I don't know.
What?
What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Well, I'm not Cosmo, so I can't know for certain, but I'm gonna get me. He's gonna wake me up. He was a man of his word. He told you he wouldn't give up your secret away, then he wouldn't have done. No, he was walking over to it. He was going to pull the cord. He was going to make them send me back. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, the day's work is not yet done, it seems. There is one more deduction to make. God damn it! Fuck! I want to watch my Backrooms movie! Yes, what action was the victim really going to take at the moment? Can we determine whether the young man's gaze was directed? First, consider the victim's location within his cabin. That's easy. I remember every detail of that room. I mean, yes, I spent quite a lot of time in the wardrobe, but still, that cabin has been my home for this entire voyage.
So this is how the cabin looked last night when Miss Pavlova visited Kazuma-san.
Yes, it's exactly how it was. Are you ready then, Mr. Naruhodo? Yes. There's one thing I've learned. I should say height. As they do. It's that simple gaze that can reveal all manner of truths. Not only that, in order to draw the right conclusion, you can't afford to be out even by a little bit when you're following the gaze where it lands. So when he turned away from Miss Pavlova, where was he looking? Looking at that fat ass. Go! God, it's so hard. You guys don't understand how hard it is to control this. Considering everything that had happened last night, certainly it may have looked as though Cosmo was going to ring the bell cord. But no one responds to the bell, which is weird. Why does no one respond? Yes, however, what is directly beside the bell cord? The wardrobe. The wardrobe? I was fine now because all that's happened. Oh, I thought maybe there was some sort of more clues going on. And more importantly, what was inside the wardrobe? The man's great friend, sleeping soundly.
Ah! Miss Pavlova, please think back very carefully. What were Mr. Isogi's exact words last night?
Give me a moment. I'm gonna wake up my friend from the wardrobe. Stay right here. Another opinion. Yes, but not from a member of the crew. No, Mr. Isogi intended to consult his close friend on the matter. To see if between them they might be able to help in some way, no doubt. Oh no.
Sadly, we can't know the truth for certain now. It's too late for that, but I wish you had made sure of what Mr. Isogi was looking at. Things may have ended very differently if you had.
Miss Pavlova, I want to thank you for finally admitting to the truth. But unfortunately, the truth is, man lost his life because of what you did. That will never change. I hope you'll never forget that. I'm sorry. Really, I'm so sorry. Let this be a lesson, kids. Don't ever run away from your horrible, dictator, workforce, community. If you do, you might end up on board a ship killing a man who tries to help you. Should have stayed with the ballet company. What have I done? And so at long last, the mystery surrounding the tragic accident on the SS Buria was finally laid to rest. Yippee! I'm waiting for the girl to say, but. 9th of January, it's still the same day, SS Buria, first class. What will happen to Miss Pavlova now? Once we reach Great Britain, she'll be handed over to the British police at Scotland Yard. What about the fact that she ran away from Russia? Won't the Russians try to repatriate her? Apparently the English detective can speak to the immigration office and sort all that out. Mr. Sholmes can do that? So she won't be going back to Russia then? No, I don't think so. Even if she wanted to return in the future, I doubt she would be able to. She ran away, so now she's in exile for life. See. I'm sorry. Seaman Stroganoff? I wanted to help our angel no matter what, but I didn't think about you. About how you lost good friend. I will go with Nina. I will give myself to British police. That's kind of you. In the meantime, thank you for letting me go free again. Cosmo's death feels like such a waste, but we're taking his death really well. Well, do what you can for Miss Pavlova, won't you? Well, I'm afraid you need to pack now. We're due to arrive in Hong Kong tomorrow. As much as it pains me, I'm going to have to hand you over to the to arrange you passage back to Japan. Ah, damn it, we're going back. Yeah, it's stowaway after all. Be expected. So you should get back to your cabin now. Well, his cabin. Looks like my study tour to Great Britain is over before it even begun. Ooh, I get the sword! Oh, I picked up the chicken. I should really throw that away. I think that only days ago, Cosmo and I were laughing together about how we'd tear up the streets of London. It seems like a distant memory now. Oh! What's that? Is it someone weeping? Give me the sword, Sasato. Sato-san, comfort her. Go to her, boy.
Naruhodo! I didn't know you had returned.
Oh, well, I haven't been back long. Inspector Hosonaga just told me I should pack, you know, ready to leave the ship tomorrow and all that.
I still can't believe this has happened. I can't believe someone's life can be over just like that.
Sasato. I could be Cosmo.
He had such a great ideas for his visit to Great Britain. So many dreams. And now they've been cruelly taken away. Just as he has. I thought I could never forgive the person responsible. But now we know the truth. It was just an accident. Just a silly series of mishaps. It's too much, Naruhodo. It's just too much.
Yeah, I know. I wish there was something I could say.
Inspector!
My duty was to see Asogi safely to Great Britain, but I failed and caused two of his closest friends great pain and suffering. I've let everyone down. You didn't do shit, it was a fall. What are you gonna do? Have a pillow on hand? And I will do anything to make up for my terrible blunder. Nobody's blaming you, Inspector. Oh, I'm in prison again! Surprise, Mr. Naruhodo. What's the meaning of this? Oh, a trifling matter. Simply that in my head I think I shall always picture you wearing those shackles. Without them, the balance seems all wrong. It's distracting. Sorry? So I decided to restore them, for old time's sake. Shall we say you are a stowaway after all? You think this is funny?
Mr. Sholmes. I do appreciate all your assistance. I'd like to thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
Not at all, not at all. And though it's a little late, may I offer my sincere condolences. The loss of your companion is truly heart-rending. I hope you will be able to fulfill some of his aspirations in his honor.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. We shall be disembarking at the next port in Hong Kong. We have to return to Japan and make a full report about everything that's happened.
What? Wait a minute. It's just me that has to go back, isn't it? I mean, I was the stowaway.
The terms of his study tour were negotiated by the Department of Justice in both Great Britain and Japan. It was to be 1 lawyer and 1 assistant. I could be the lawyer! Time for a promotion!
Was to be.
In the light of Mr. Asogi's unfortunate death, I'm afraid the study tour can no longer go ahead.
Oh no. Don't care for me, but... Versus Otto. My dear fellows, the majority of problems have an extremely simple solution, you know. All you require is 1 lawyer, and the study tour can continue, surely.
But there is no one else with the necessary qualifications, Mr. Sholmes. We know of no other lawyer.
Qualifications, you say? Any qualifications obtained in your own country will be of little value in Great Britain,
Oh, but...
But anyway, the voyage to London still promises a good month of time. Ample opportunity, I'd say, to find yourselves another suitable lawyer.
Yes?
Mrs. Otto,
Yes?
do you think perhaps I might be able to do it?
But you're not a lawyer, Mr. Naruhodo. Unless, are you studying law?
No, I'm not, but...
I'm sorry, in that case, I don't think there's any chance it could work.
But as I said, there's still more than a month before we reach England's shores. Isn't that right, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah, I have a month in which to study, to learn what I must become a lawyer in Great Britain.
Mr. Naruhodo.
That's ridiculous. Are you seriously suggesting anybody can learn that all in just 40 days?
There's only one way to find out. I would work my fingers to the bone, Inspector, every single day. Will you let me try? And if by the time we reach Great Britain, I haven't learned enough to be recognized as a lawyer, I'll take whatever punishment is deemed appropriate.
But why put yourself in such a difficult position?
Kazuma. He said that there was something he had to do in Great Britain. That he would sacrifice anything to make it happen. He was passionate about it. I can't let that passion just come to nothing. And anyway, for my own benefit too, I will become a lawyer. I have to. What do you say, Mrs. Otto? Ugh, don't look at me like that. It's weird.
I think that's a wonderful idea.
Thank you. So, what does our bespectacled inspector friend say? I can read words.
Are you serious?
1 lawyer and 1 assistant. The numbers are indisputable.
No, that's madness.
Yeah, fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Fascinating?
Duty and rules are the dull routine of existence that we all abhor. Give us interest, give us fascination.
Speak for yourself.
Besides, qualifications are no measure of a man. What matters is his character, no? That's kind of true. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know in the business. That's literally just how, like, any company works, by the way. You don't have to know shit, you just have to know people. Charisma will play out over intelligence any day. You've witnessed ample evidence of this man's exemplary character today with your own eyes. From the early hours of this morning until this very moment now. Despite contending with the passing of his close companion, despite the accusation of guilt, this man has shown resourcefulness, intelligence, and above all, courage. Very well. I'll think of a clever way to word my report to the Department of Justice. We'll just say that Ryan died and Cosmo's okay. Inspector! After all, I did just make a promise, didn't I? I said that I'd do anything at all to make up for my shortcomings here.
Oh, thank you, Inspector!
If you'll excuse me, I must pay a visit to the captain's quarters, I think. I need to discuss what to do next and how best to make my report. I was gonna get his ass beat again.
Are you really prepared to attempt this, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, I'm going to try. I wonder. Would you consider teaching me what I need to know? Everything about being a lawyer? Ugh, don't look at me like that.
I'd be delighted to help you. I am a judicial assistant, after all.
Thank you.
And, Mr. Naruhodo, I'd like you to take charge of this.
What? Me? Are you sure?
I'm sure it's what Cosmo-sama would have wanted.
Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for having a sword. This is gonna get me in trouble.
Its name is Kurama, the great sword that's been in the Asogi clan for generations.
Not anymore! Very well, I'll accept it. I'll treasure it always. So then, Miss Susato. It seems like we'll be working together for some time to come yet.
It will be an honor, Mr. Naruhodo. And for the next 40 days, I shan't grant you a single minute of freedom. We shall fill every spare moment with study.
Yes, that's exactly what I need.
But before we begin, I have an earnest favor to ask you too.
Goodness, what is it?
Please throw me to the ground. Many times.
Please wait for the inspector to leave. Oh my gosh. Okay, Aggro looked at me. Continue that bit. It's weird when my dog looks at me after I do that. What?
I should never have doubted you. You were Cosmo-sama's closest friend. Of course you would never have done anything to hurt him. That should have been obvious to me from the start. But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me.
I would immediately toss this bitch like straight over my shoulder, scissor kick in the air.
But I allowed suspicion to get the better of me. And no matter how upset I was feeling, it was completely unforgivable behavior.
No, you were in shock. You just found out about me stowing away and the cabin door was locked.
No! I won't let you make excuses for me. Whatever the circumstances, I should never have thrown you. And not just once, but 5 times!
Alright, our safe word is judicial. That number keeps creeping up, doesn't it?
Please, you must. Just take a hold of me. Throw me. Do it. Don't even think about it.
Not in my yaoi. Get out of here, female. Be gone, thought. No, I don't even know how. I've never thrown anyone. Very wise, Mr. Naruhodo. It isn't a skill one acquires without considerable training.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm not used to being the power top in this situation. I need to get in my closet and grab the camera. I need to get in my safe space. I observed you throwing your throwing technique several times with great interest. I confess, I was most impressed. When did he see that? I presume that would be a form of Japanese wrestling.
Oh, well, in a way, it's not wrestling, but my own interpretation of an ancient jujitsu technique.
Apparently it's called the Susato takedown. It leaves your head swimming, believe me. Oh man, we had a headache when she did that too. Huh, how beguiling. I am a practitioner of combative arts myself. I am a somewhat accomplished boxer. Oh, look at that pugilist going. There he goes, dancing around again. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to instruct me on the technique of your arresting throw.
Yes, I'd be honored.
And let us not dally. Demonstrate, my dear madame.
Oh, of course.
Oh, the friendship is beautiful.
Are you ready, Mr. Naruto?
What, me?
Hiya!
Why me? Why not him?
As you can see, you throw from the abdomen.
Oh, yes, arresting indeed. And that is what you term the Susato takedown, is it?
Actually, no. That was a Susato squash.
My groggy state of consciousness. A scene from an evening recently spent with Cosmo flickered into my mind. Oh, great. Now we have concussion in our head. Kuruma. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through generations of the Asogi clan. I can't believe you managed to get permission to bring it with you. I mean, taking a katana on a study tour is more than a little irregular, surely. I'm gonna slice my hand off doing that. Japanese man's sword is his soul, Ryan. I can't be parted with my katana. Kuruma guides me. I truly believe that. Later, Adriana! So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. And I'll sacrifice anything to make it happen. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Of course I will. Whatever it is, I'll see it through to the end with you. I knew you wouldn't let me down. That important thing he had to do. Still don't know what that was. It'd be hard to follow through with that. I should probably read his diary. I'm gonna see the place for myself and work it out. In Great Britain's capital, London. A hole in the world like a pit. Filled with the vermin that would happen too. But not for long. We did it! Alright, we're done with this. Don't know when we're gonna pick this back up. I don't think we're gonna pick it up for a while. But I do enjoy this game. How many chapters are there? So 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 episodes. Each one takes about 3 videos to make, so that'd be a lot of videos. Tomorrow we're doing the Choicer Voicer. I don't know if you guys have been seeing that going around the internet recently, but it's a game where you recite scenes from a movie or a video of some kind, and it overlays your voice over the scene, and you try to match the pitch and tone of the game. I'm gonna split into 2 halves. Yeah. So that should be fun. I still have to make a thumbnail for it. I still have to also test to see if it works. That's nice. Karaoke win. This is going to be like karaoke. Anyways, you all have a wonderful rest of your night. I do appreciate you all showing up here. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye. I'm going to go see if I can watch that movie now.